Welcome back to the iDrum Review Studio. We're going to continue on the Sonor tip by taking a little look at the Select Force Jungle set. Now, not necessarily a new set because this has been kicking around for a while. And it's actually, this whole kind of idea of this very small, portable, compact little drum set actually originated back in around the mid-90s when a guy called John Dyke worked for Sonor. And in fact, in his office, he had like a tiny little drum set under his desk so he could sit there and pretend to be working when really he was actually practicing his bass drum technique. And it all really came about from that. He found that by using a floor tom, it became like a little bass drum. So really, John Dyke, as best as I can remember, is really kind of like the creator, along with Sonor obviously, the co-creator of the jungle set. And at that time, the whole drum and bass, jungle music, that whole kind of thing was really kicking off. And this kind of kit was really meant to sort of emulate that kind of sound. So you've got very small drums creating a tight, compact, compressed sound. Got a 10-inch rack tom, 14 by 12 floor tom, but I mean a proper floor tom, it's on legs. 16 by 16 kick drum with even these lovely matching hoops. Originally the jungle bass drum came with triple flange hoops, but I have to say the addition of these wood hoops, the matching wood hoops, is definitely a winner as far as I'm concerned. You've got the mounted rosette here, which has had a little bit of a redesign, and you've got this very clever 3-position prism clamp here, which means that the tom post is held equally all around. There's not sort of any pressure on one side. The 3-position prism clamp allows it to really tighten universally, and equally, I should add. It's got the nice bridge lugs, it's got the rubber protectors underneath the bass drum claws, so again it's going to protect this nice matching wood finish. At the back of the 16 floor tom, a la kick drum, there's a little bass drum riser. What that does, that just lifts the bass drum up so that your beater is hitting the middle of the head really, so you're getting the optimum sound. With this configuration, you can buy a shell pack, which is just the 3 drums, the 10, the 14, and the 16. And you can also buy a little 10-inch jungle snare, which is effectively like a tambourine with a snare throw on it, which is great if you want it as like an auxiliary snare drum on your left. Equally, you can buy a matching 14 by 5 Select Force snare drum, which would complement it obviously quite nicely. For this occasion, because this only came as a shell pack, I've brought in my Sonor anniversary snare, so I'm just going to be using that with this. Wood-wise, the toms are all Canadian maple, 7-ply maple, made with Sonor's CLTF, which means cross-laminated tension-free process, which means that there's no undue pressure again from any one side. It's all equal all the way around as they're manufacturing the shells. Kind of short-sized toms, that's 14 by 12 instead of perhaps a 14 by 14. And with the rack tom, it's suspended by the TAR Total Acoustic Resonance System. And that's really what it is. Again, with the spurs, you can unscrew the spur tip so you've got a nice sharp pointy bit, or you can, if you're on somebody's nice parquet flooring and you don't want to get a big bill for that at the end of the night, then you can run down the rubber tips and you've got a fair bit of adhesion that way. Okay, the Sonor Select Force Jungle Kit in all its wonderful beauty. This is a very nice, actually, I should add, this is a really, really nice lacquer finish. There's a choice of finishes within the Select Force range, so this is not the only finish that's available. But I have to say, when we did pull this out of the box yesterday, we all collectively went, ooh! Right, let's take a listen to what it sounds like. Okay, so that's Sonor's Select Force Jungle set. Personally, I love it. I think it's a great little drum set. I used to have one of these and I sold it and it was a big mistake. And I understand that now, playing this again. Although I do have to say the little updates and everything that they've done to this, I'd still probably buy a new one anyway. If you've got a small little gig or you want a contemporary sounding tiny little drum set, this will definitely do it. It's nice and compact, it'll roll around in the back of your car and you can still get your wife, partner, girlfriend or whoever in there as well. So that's it. Check out the Select Force Sonor Jungle set.